You want, okay. This is a meeting of the Board of Public Works. We're at our meeting room, TPW meeting room, 965 Plain Street. It's Monday, December 1st, 2025, and it's 6:04. The appointment, we have an appointment at 6:10, Eric Murphy, Grant Rock, Esplanade Lighting, action items, ADU policy, superintendent contract, Mr. Ken Ryan, layman equipment, rental contract, that's being passed over. Is that correct?
Yes.
Number 3.
Yes.
Electrical maintenance contract, is that still on?
Yes.
Okay. Discussion, trash at pier, update and forensic audit, RFP, sewer expansion, capital project request, traffic lights at School Street, Plain Street, enterprise funds update on indirects, water protection, opportunities with other committees. Do I have a second?
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
We just opened, we'll wait for you, so.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
That's all
I
right.
had the dog home.
Don't rush yet, yeah. We just approved the agenda, and number 3 is out.
Okay. Oh,
So, take your time,
okay.
take your time, take your time.
Hello, everybody. You can continue if you want to, I'm sure you can. It's fine.
Okay, I'll continue, then you can take over
Yes.
whenever you want. We have an appointment at 6:10, I know it's a little earlier than that. Can we move to Eric Murphy? Anybody have a problem with that?
Eric who?
Eric Murphy, the good old Irish kid over here.
Yeah, no, we can
Yeah, go ahead, Eric.
find that.
How's your wife here?
Everybody's fantastic. Kids are in college, doing great, everybody's good.
Yay.
So thank you for taking a few minutes to listen to me.
This is what he's talking
First off,
Yes. Mhm.
we really appreciate what's going on down in Red Rock with the bullnose. Looks great. I'm looking forward to the next phase of the project. So as we're looking at the bullnose, it starts to come to our eyes at night when it gets dark at 4:30 that it's really, really dark down there. And when it rains and it snows, it's gonna become an issue. So we started to think back, and as we go back through the history of the last few years, we've noticed that there used to be lights on every pole in Grant Rock. And over the last 4 or 5 years, individual lights were removed and never replaced. And so we were kind of hoping that we could get some of the lights replaced. The 3 that are out, get them fixed, just kind of send a letter to Verizon or whoever owns the pole to see if we could get, a continuity of the lighting down there. If you look at this beautiful diagram that your DPW guys put together, it's exactly what, I went out last night in the rain and walked around and wrote all these numbers down, and this is a beautiful projection. But if you notice on it, a couple things we want to point out that are actually kind of comical. About 2 years ago, the light in front of Arthur and Pat's, when the town was building the Bullnose project, Verizon or somebody, one of the companies came down in the middle of the day and cut the light from the telephone pole in front of Arthur and Pat's in the middle of the day and dropped it 30 feet onto the town trailer that hauls their backhoe. And it dented the trailer. So we were laughing about it because like, wow, that's weird. But then we started to think back, and it never got replaced. We assumed they were just taking it down to replace it, but it got taken down. And we started thinking back, like, man, there was a lot more lights here. And as we start to think back of the history of it, if you go to the other end by the laundromat, because it's VZ7A1, that had a light on it 3-4 years ago that fell to the ground and was laying on the sidewalk with an orange cone on it for a good 2 months before anybody picked it up.
So what number was that?
That would be VZ7A1, the one on the bottom left corner.
7?
Right,
Left corner.
well, it's very bottom left corner.
7A1.
VZ7A dash, or slash 1.
Yep.
Okay, no,
That was the one that fell down and was laying, it actually took up a parking spot in front of the laundromat for 3 months. So
Okay,
they came out, picked up and took it away. Now, the other lightings that are missing go back to when the movie was shot called Finest Hours. The 1940s set movie, the electric company came to Brant Rock and they took down every light off of every pole and replaced them with period-specific lighting of the 1948. It was essentially a light bulb and an outlet. Did their movie, shot them all, came back, took the lights down and replaced them, but when they replaced them, they only replaced some of them. They didn't replace all of them. As you can see, there is some sort of continuity here, like 7A3, 7A4, and 7A5. Those 3 lights are all together, 3 poles right in a row. And you go to the other side where the jetty is, up the top of the page, and you've got 71A2, 71A3, 71A4, and 1A5. All of those poles are lighting, 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 no skips. So what we're looking for is to get the lights that were removed from the movie put back, and then have the ones that were dropped on the trailer, and
so,
we're looking for some sort of
list out which ones
continuity.
those are, because I can.
Yeah.
So, VZ7A1 is one of them, that's one.
That's one that was
Okay, then the one next one is 7A2,
7A2/2,
Okay.
correct.
and then
Then
you,
the other
and
3,
you want to cross from the, we're just gonna go around where the teardrop is.
okay.
Okay, in the top, 7181, is that one you want? In front of Arthur and Pat's?
In front of Arthur and Pat's would be 7A7. It's on the bottom right, red. That would be Arthur and Pat's. Bottom right of the page, the red
That
one.
one on the right.
Is it 7181? That says no light.
Yeah, that's up by Charlie's Clam Shack. But yes, that has no light, that needs a light. But that's what
Is that
Charlie,
No, that's right on the, where the teardrop is.
correct.
Coming into the Esplanade.
Coming in from the Fairview up the top of the hill where that.
No.
Eric, he's looking at the top left. He's looking at 7-1.
Oh, 181, sorry.
Oh, that's
Bob,
what, oh,
sorry,
I know
Bob.
what that is. That is the,
Sorry, Bob.
that's
Nemai.
your garage.
That's the Nemai.
No, that's
fishing
the
store.
marine shop.
It's a marine shop,
Yeah,
okay.
Marine,
Okay.
industrial marine.
So the point is, you want to get the lights on so that people can actually see both the teardrop and the entrance on either side, correct?
Yeah, and to make it, continuous. It shouldn't be lights in front of certain buildings and not lights in front of other buildings. You know what I mean? It should be, each pole in Grand Rock should have a light, not one, then skip one, then 1, 2, 3, then skip 2,
Okay, so,
then 1,
so
2,
so the
3.
two that are out down at the teardrop is 187,
You have-
187, and you want 186.
And 188, there's 3 of them there. Down by the pier.
188, those 3, okay. And then on the other side, where Arthur's and Pat, you want that one,
7A7 and 7A6.
6 and 7, okay. So the question I have, and I don't disagree with you, because we just put a big investment in fixing this, and we just don't want the snow plows and other people to deal with it.
Yeah,
We
it's
fought so hard to do it, it's cost us, $1 million plus, right?
correct.
So the question I have is the cost. Who in the past has picked up that? I thought the streetlights were under the budget of the select people.
I contacted the select people and town administrator. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah. And what did they say?
They sent me to you, and that's when I emailed,
Fine,
and they said it was under the purview of the DPW.
okay,
So I have a different opinion on that.
yeah.
So, and there's a nuance here. It's existing versus new.
Right.
So in this chart, what we were trying to show is that the no highlighted ones that say no light, that there's no evidence that there is a light there, including, to your point, Eric, the one on the lower left in front of the laundromat that you said, well, of course there's no evidence because it fell off and was sitting on the ground. So I reached out to Eversource and asked them about what was out there, and instead of giving me the information, they asked for the information from us as to, well, which poles are you talking about? Which is why we created this. So I'm gonna send this to Eversource and show this to them. The ones that are orange are actually ones where there is a light fixture there, but the bulb is actually out. I'd say that's the top two. The bottom right one in front of Arthur and Pat's, like Eric was saying, is gone. Eversource has committed to putting that one back. So I have that in writing, that they are putting that one back. The issue becomes if we ask them to install lights where there's no light, they're gonna say we have to change our account because we currently are not paying for those.
Right.
I don't know what we're paying for right now.
Yeah, you pay.
Because
Yeah.
some of them are in, some of them are out. So my proposal is to provide this to Eversource and to say, these are all the lights that we have in here. What is on our account that the town of Marshfield currently is paying for? And make sure that every light that we're paying for is functioning and is on the pole.
Okay.
Then we can get the list of ones that are not there. Now, the issue is in new lights that are not existing, that does, I was told, that does go before the select board for new lighting. So we would have to take that next step and then go to them and ask them, because again, there's a cost component to it that would come out of the general fund, it would come from the town. So they would have to approve it, and then they would have to amend the Eversource agreement so those lights are on it.
So I was partially right and partially wrong.
Everybody is partially correct here, yes.
Okay,
I
so
would,
my question is, I used to do street lighting when I was with the MDC, and we used to pay a annual fee per pole. So every pole you have a light on, you pay an annual fee. And they basically, and I mean, I'm going back 30 years ago, they might change the structure now. Also, they used to shut lights off, one for energy conservation issues. There was a big thing, they used to shut every other light off, you know, not just to save energy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another issue. So the question is, getting right down to brass tacks, which ones are the most critical lights that, for the purpose of making it safe, making it lit enough for the beginning and the end, so that we can protect our structures that we put in there. It's cost us a lot of money. I don't know, it might be all of them, but
All of them.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to prioritize, I agree with what you're saying, it's the beginning and the end. Especially around when you go down here at night, it just gets darker as you go. Which
Right.
is shown by this, because there's nothing, if you look at the last half of where you come into the bullnose, there's no lighting down there except for the one on Island Street. So right now, that's where we're lacking the most
That's just
light.
a light bulb, isn't it, Ken?
The one on Island Street?
Well, the 787,
787 is gone, but they committed, they said they will put a new light on that because they know that that one got knocked
the
down.
187 and the 188.
187,
188 has no light,
correct, yep,
and 187 just needs a light bulb?
correct, yes.
That's not much in.
Which again, if there was a light there, then we should be paying for it, so we should have a functioning light bulb in the light.
Makes sense, yeah.
So I walk down there with the dog at night, and I feel like the light along where, like, going towards the Brant Rock Market, you know, along the nail salon place and everything, that's pretty well lit. And then the lights on the other side of the street kind of take care of the entrance to the Esplanade. I feel like, anyway, from my perspective, walking at night. But the bullnose end is very dark, so I definitely want to have 187, 74, 7A7, and 7188.
Yeah.
If that is one of the ones that they said they're
They're saying, they're-
71.
right now, there's, the only thing they've committed to right now is the one in front of Arthur and Pat's, which is the 787. That's the
787.
only one they've committed to. I'm gonna get this information out to them to show them that there are lights here that are not functioning that you need to fix.
Right.
And then get them to tell me, are we paying for lighting on these other poles
Right.
that currently do not have lights on them.
Yeah, so I think get the information from
That's a good
Eversource
point.
and then get back to us about exactly what's what on it.
And I'll let you know when they get back to me and let you know what they say.
So I mean, at what we're talking about now is at the very least, you're looking at fix the 2 lights that are out and put the one in front of Roger and patch back up at the very least.
I believe
that's
so,
your
yes.
minimum.
Yes,
And then you're talking, see what other poles are supposed to have lights in them.
yes.
I can tell you right now, if you go up to the electric line, there's 2 holes in the pole where the light was. So you don't put holes in a pole without lights, so.
Yeah,
Can we trade off? So the priority is at the bullnose. So if we're paying for lights at the entrance, instead of going, can we trade off those lights and have them at the bullnose? So it's a net wash. We don't have to ask any more money to the selectmen.
For instance, what you're saying is like at the lower left, that we said fell off the pole, if they confirm that there was a light there, instead of reestablishing it there, have them reestablish it somewhere else.
I think so, because that end
I
is
think that makes
pretty
sense.
well lit.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, it's, the end by Arthur Pat's is 3 or 4 roads, not Arthur Pat's, Fair Rock Market, 3 or 4 roads with lights coming in.
Yeah, and
You know,
so it's
that's-
pretty well lit down there,
Yeah.
but definitely the other end needs lighting, so.
I just want to make sure at the end of the day that we're getting what we're paying for.
Well,
Right,
that's-
the thing is, if we,
You're paying for
so
a
that
pole.
we have a net zero gain,
Right.
but because we're trading off the lights that aren't working and put them in where we want them and say, fine. So the priority would be,
The bull,
in front of his house and the bullnose.
One in front of my house works great.
And,
The
yeah, I feel like
the
at
only
your
one
house,
that-
there's plenty of light, but when you get
the only one that
past your light,
Yeah, it's the
So
only
what
one that doesn't work.
it's pretty dark. It's 786, 787,
Yeah, I mean.
187. It's dark there, and then it's dark on the other,
Yeah,
exactly the opposite side, so.
The South Street side's a little dim, and then in front of the,
But everybody
State
has
house,
lights on
house.
their house.
yeah,
There, so, all year long.
you want to let Kenny move forward on this?
Yeah, so you're gonna find out.
Yes.
It will let you know.
perfect, just want to bring it to your attention.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
very happy you guys are taking care of this.
Appreciate it.
And honestly, this proposal, whoever your intern out to put this together, great job, really nice.
So do we need to make a motion to direct the staff to, at a minimum net zero, and if we have to add lights to it, come back, we go to select people.
I don't think we need a motion, but
Okay, fine.
he's already gonna do it, so.
Good.
All right, so, thank you.
Easy.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Ken. Thank you.
Happy holidays.
You too.
All right, so the ADU policy, so I just wanna make a statement before we start on this. First of all, I want to just acknowledge and thank these 2 distinguished gentlemen on either side of me, Bob and Sean, for their decades of experience and patience with me as I've continued to learn. I appreciate how we all listen to each other and, let each other speak on our comments or questions. But I just want to reiterate that we need to stick to the agenda and that if I ask that we stop a conversation and get back to the agenda, that be done. So with the ADU policy, we're discussing how we can make our current policy clear for residents with how they make their connections according to what we have for a current policy. We're not putting any kind of roadblocks or issues or fees or anything within that. We're just clarifying for residents, and that's an ongoing development that the staff is working on. Right, Ken? So do you want to explain where we are on that?
Yes, so in your packet is a draft that, since it's such a draft, I've already marked it up and made a couple more revisions.
Okay, thanks.
So, to Diane's point, we're just trying to put down in writing so everyone's clear that, as the policy says, in August of '24, the governor signed into law an Affordable Homes Act that allowed for ADUs up to 900 square feet is built by right. And then we had, at our special town meeting in December of '24, the town voted to amend our town code to incorporate different ADU requirements. And then what we're trying to do here is just to put in a policy that just clarifies how that all trickles down to the DPW, specifically with respect to water, sewer, and trash. So with that, on the water, as we have now, we want one sewer service line connected to the principal dwelling's water meter. And then one bill would be sent to the property to the attention of that principal dwelling owner. The owner is responsible for all the charges. How they want to dole out those charges to whomever is living on their property is up to them, but we'll look for one bill and one responsible party.
Okay,
We're saying that because it is hooked up on the other side of the existing meter, then we really don't have a cost for the DPW to do the connection. So we're saying that we wouldn't need a permit from the water department. With that said, we do like to get water meters updated. So as part of this policy, we're going to say that if you're putting in an ADU, we would request that you give access to the town to go in and replace that primary water meter. So we can have a new current meter, the latest model meter installed. And then any other meters that the homeowner wants to install on the property, whether it's a deduction meter or just a separate meter to track that separate ADU for their internal billing purposes, you can do whatever you want, but that's all going to be at the cost of the homeowner. They have to do the work, they have to pay for the meters. It's their responsibility, it's not ours.
and there's no cost for them to put in our updated water meter?
No.
That we just do it when they just have to allow us to get there?
Yes, they just have to make an appointment, allow us entrance to their home.
And then if they put another meter on, like you said, that doesn't change anything on our end?
No.
Because it's all on their end, okay,
It would all be after the primary meter.
all right.
Do you want to stop? Anybody have
So
more
do you have
comments?
questions about that, John or Bob?
No, I think it's good. That's perfect. Update the existing water meter if they're gonna have an ADU. The other meters are installed on the line that feeds the ADU. That's up to the principal and who's ever in the ADU, nothing to do with us. And also the connection comes after the principal's water meter, which, yeah, that can be checked when we change the meter, and also be checked by the plumbing inspector, I believe.
Yes.
So I'm fine with the water. I think it has more than enough checks and balances, and it doesn't cost the town anything. So I'm fine with the water.
John, Bob, do you have any questions on that? The water?
We done?
No, we're gonna move into the sewer and trash, but do you have any questions on the
Yeah.
water thing? Okay, all right, sewer? Oh, did you say yes, you do?
I do.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I thought you said yes, go.
Just don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
So I had a conversation today with Ken Ryan about if somebody built a new house. We used to have, and I don't know if it's true or not, a conservation fee because someone is doing a bigger burden of adding bedrooms to our system. And our concern was that, if someone expands their house from a 2 or 3 bedroom cottage to a 4 or 5 bedroom cottage, we should be asking for the select people to help out with the sewer distribution of costs. So this is all based on cost. So anyone that does an ADU is adding a bedroom or 2 to the system. So if you were just gonna build a new house with 1 or 2 bedrooms, you would have to pay a conservation fee. So the question, that was my question. Do we still have a conservation fee?
So I've done a little bit of research and I have not finished, so I just ran out of time.
Okay.
My understanding is there was a policy about doing a conservation fee. The history I was told was that it was back in the day when we didn't have enough groundwater to actually supply to the town, so it was intentional to limit water usage, and it was also a requirement at the time that you had to install all low-flow faucets and shower heads. And
Right.
it was all part of the package, that we have not been charging people for that in recent years.
Really?
Yes.
Because it was, that fund was supposed to go in for development of new water sources and upgrade, help upgrade the tanks, and also set aside funds to protect our water supply and buying land around the wells to protect our water supply. I'm shocked that we're not still doing that. That's my point. So, basically, someone who is entering the system, putting a two-bedroom house in, doesn't have to pay a conservation fee anymore, then nor should we be charging a fee on the ADU. I mean, what my concern was, someone's adding a 1 or 2 bedrooms dwelling, either it's new or an ADU, and there was a fee involved, a conservation fee, then we should be charging it. If we're not charging it, fine, well, I want to explore that, because I built several houses in this town. And every time I went to build a house, I had to pay the water hookup fee, the building fee, the sewer fee, this fee, and demonstrate that I had low-flow faucets and toilets and everything in the dwelling that I was gonna build, plus an $1,800 conservation fee on top of it. So, and I thought that even with the 40Bs going in, we were getting a conservation fee out of the 40Bs based on bedroom size. And
Okay.
that-
I'll look further into that. I don't think.
And that money was to be set aside for protection of our water supply, including buying land and developing new wells.
Well,
So,
you're gonna research it
Yeah,
and
I'll
find
get
out
some
if we
more
have been,
research.
if we haven't been charging that, because
We had the
we did it then because we were limited in our water, then we got, new wells and didn't charge it anymore, then it's not applicable at all, so you'll find out and then we'll get that information on our next meeting.
Yes.
And then, okay,
so I don't wanna
Alright,
say,
so-
I agree, I mean, I'm just exploring and discussing it, because we always had a conservation fee.
yeah,
And if we're not doing it anymore, question from our policy standpoint is, we never voted to eliminate it from a board level.
that was, so I guess.
So bottom line is, when did it stop, and why did we eliminate it? I mean, what the history of it.
John,
Yeah,
question
So-
about that?
yeah.
Yeah, he has a question.
Well, if we haven't for years and years with all the new homes and developments and everything else in Marshfield, if we haven't been doing it, then I think it would be difficult to do it for the ADUs.
Absolutely, I agree with John.
It would.
We need to be consistent, John.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
The ADUs would step back and say, well, wait a minute.
No,
No. So you could research it, but I think it would be tough to say, okay, ADU, you're gonna pay, and you'll say, well, why did the other 10,000 pay?
Yeah, we can't, we
It would
wouldn't,
be-
we wouldn't be able to do
Put
that,
us in a bad light.
right.
Okay,
All right, well, we'll find out more on that.
Ken's gonna
Yes.
look into it more.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So the bottom line, and we can just finish off this, is whatever we've been doing for new residents or expansion of residents, we should do with the ADUs and be consistent across the board.
And I see those as two separate things.
Hmm.
New is new construction.
Right.
But expansion, you could add another bathroom into your house.
Yeah, it is two different things.
They are
I'm
two
just-
different things. And I-
Yeah, 'cause
and I
new
think the
construction
A-
is new
I think
hookup.
the ADU goes more towards the adding a new.
No, I get that. I get that. But also I said that what is our legal basis, then actually just talk to town council about adding fees to any of this. Because we don't want to be the guy out there charging fees and having a legal case against us. I don't want that.
Yeah, I've spoken to him. We're not having fees or steps at all.
Okay.
We can, yeah, so we're just clarifying what we already have in place to make it easy and clear for people to understand exactly what they're gonna be doing.
I agree.
So do you wanna move on into the
Yes.
sewer and explain?
For sure.
So for sewer, ADUs shall have their sewer service connected into the existing sewer service of the principal dwelling. When the property is not connected to the sewer, then the DPW will defer to the Board of Health, who regulates the on-site wastewater disposal. The principal dwelling owner is responsible for all sewer charges for the property based on water usage, as is typically done everywhere else.
Mhm. Okay, questions about that? Tom?
No, I just think that's about it, that's about all we can do. That's fair. It also adds to the argument that it just adds more wastewater to our sewer system. And that's something that the ratepayers have to pick up. That's something we can make the argument with the select board, that we need a better split on infrastructure repair. Same as we've shown them that the tax base has been carried higher. That's just good for an argument that, you know, we got more is coming into our sewer treatment plant. More means more problems with the infrastructure. So if we have to do a big repair, we need help from the town. We need a better split. Now we get nothing. Maybe we get 60-40, 50-50 on a big repair.
So on, I hear exactly what you're saying, John. But if they're adding more sewerage to the system, they're already a ratepayer. It would be those people who are putting an ADU in a non-sewered area would probably have to rebuild their septic system, because septic systems are based on bedroom size. They might have to put a second wastewater septic system in on the lot if they could.
So the thing with we done?
Yeah, so about, the thing is, I don't disagree with your focus of trying to get some general fund money to help the sewer system, that approach. The issue is I'm not sure if it's just an ADU or the increase in valuation. I think it's more that we should ask for assistance from non-sewer people to protect our water supply. And the focus should be protecting our water supply and sewer in those areas where they have a detrimental effect of that wastewater and on-site wastewater to our water supply. And that way we get an increase in number of people on the sewer system, and while we're protecting our water supply.
So,
I just comment
okay.
on the ADU. If a resident adds an ADU, the taxes are gonna go up. So it's still gonna add to the tax base, the ADU and with the connecting to our sewer. So the ADUs are actually gonna benefit the town on that. If a home is assessed for $300,000 now, for an ADU, it might be assessed for $375,000.
Okay, so with regard to the septic, Bob, the way that it works is if, for instance, it's a 4-bedroom house, and they're gonna add a 2-bedroom ADU, they have to remove 2 bedrooms from their house. So they have to show that they've taken out like a closet or a door, whatever the requirements are, to turn their 4-bedroom house into a 2-bedroom house to accommodate for the 2-bedroom ADU on their 4-bedroom septic system. which is actually configured for flows for 8 people. So the way that the law is written and the way that the requirements are done, it's a wash with regard to like flow per bedroom. So there isn't anything written in the law that allows the town in any way to ask or look into the quality of the septic system when people are adding an ADU, except for that bedroom amount change. So, but we are moving forward with sewer
So
comprehensive plan, whatever we're calling it, which we'll talk about later.
Now, on that same note, if someone's in the sewer district, do they have to do the same thing, or is that just because of the septic system?
That's just with regard to what you said about the septics. Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean, if someone has a 4-bedroom house and they're gonna add a 2-bedroom ADU in the sewer district, does that mean they don't have to take out 2 bedrooms out of their house?
No,
No,
Wow.
because they're on the sewer line already, so it's just, you know, they're gonna have higher fees for sewer because they're gonna have more, if they did add 2 more people.
So if they run a septic system and they wanted to keep the 4-bedroom plus the 2, they would have to do a redesign of wastewater treatment system.
I don't think they can, I don't think it's not like in, it's a good question.
No,
But as far as I have been told, that's not part of the plan. Like, you can't have the 4-bedroom and then a 2-bedroom ADU. You can't have both.
is that
Well,
the,
it's in the state of New Hampshire, which I know that if you wanted to do an ADU and you wanted to keep the bedrooms in, you'd have to redesign your septic system and make it a bigger system. You can do that. If you don't want to do that, then you have to take out the closets. to do
Yeah.
that.
Maybe.
So it's a net wash, but there is a provision that you can also upgrade your septic system from a 3-bedroom to a 5-bedroom if you wanted to do so.
Yeah, or
But that's a
4 to
major,
6
that's a
or
major
whatever,
cost
right?
to
Yeah.
that. So,
that's not a,
okay,
But anyways, that's an interesting conversation. Unfortunately, not our problem
right,
to have to figure out.
not a,
the
Okay.
whole system is very complicated.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to trash.
So trash, as ADUs are accessory to the principal dwelling, a separate trash fee will not be charged to the ADU. Since the property only has one trash fee, one trash barrel of 35 gallons or less will be collected weekly. All other trash must be in the pay-as-you-throw bags. So basically treating it just like any other property.
Mhm. Yeah, so if they have more than their barrel, they get the bags.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yep.
Good. All right, so, you guys are all good with that? So you're still working on this, or do you feel like it's
Well, I want to get an
complete,
answer.
you're gonna
I
get
just
an
want to
answer?
finish the research on Bob's question,
And then,
and
okay.
then we can finalize this.
All right, so we're not gonna vote on this then,
I would suggest we
because we're gonna get more information.
continue it to the next meeting, yes.
Okay, great. All right, so number 2, which is the contract, for superintendent. So we're not gonna discuss that tonight because we have to do that in executive session. And also, Ken was gonna send a copy of his contract to Bob, and John for them to look at. And our next meeting's gonna be December 15th, right?
Yes.
So we'll have executive session, on that night, and we will go over the contract in that executive session.
that's fine.
Okay, guys?
Yep.
All right. And then, I think we did labor and equipment rental last time.
Yes, we scratched that off of the agenda because we
Okay.
repeated it.
Great, so we're on to electrical maintenance contract.
Yep, that's me.
Moving right through these.
All right, so this is the electrical maintenance contract 2026-18. It is for the prevention, corrective, and emergency maintenance as requested by the town for the wastewater and water division facilities and pump stations, the wastewater treatment plant. It includes, but isn't limited to, motor control center, switch gears, various sizes and types of motors, high voltage work, instrumentation and alarm work, wiring and controls for pumps, including water and wastewater pumps, chemical feed pumps, and odor control and air handling units. So this is a new, our contract ran out from a previous one, so this is us going out and getting quotes to get another electrician on board on an emergency on-call basis. We advertised everywhere that was necessary, Central Register, the Mariner, up at Town Hall and at Combis. We got 2 bids. The bid opening was November 20th at 2. We had Daigle Electrical, who was the apparent low bidder. Their annual bid price was $100,413. And Weston and Sampson was the other bidder, and their annual bid price was $128,750. This was based on, this was for the first year of the contract, and they can renew it for 2 more years at our discretion. But this was based on minimum hour service calls and a certain number of service calls that we put in here to get a number that we could compare. The per hour numbers that this total number was based on, we had $125.95 an hour for a 1-person crew during regular business hours. 2-person crew was $207 an hour. And then we also requested after business hours, so a 1-person crew after business hours was $152 an hour, and a 2-person was $230 an hour.
Did you get an escalation fee for out years?
No, this one is just the same price for each year. I don't
think so. I think this is the ENR, skilled labor index.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's an ENR skilled labor index that we have to, we have to go by each year. I didn't write that one down, but.
So
Engineering News Record publishes an index
okay,
every month.
so they can't go higher than that in the out years?
So we just do a calculation and say, this is what it is.
Okay,
So
fine,
the
good.
difference between year 1 and year 2 is where you start year 2, and year 2 to year 3, that's where we would start year 3.
Okay, so that Weston and Sampson can come back and say, hey, our out years, well, we should be,
No.
Yeah.
okay, good.
No, that's all, and I think it varies from year to year too. I think the first year of our contract, it was like 1%, and then the next year was like 5 or something.
So
something
if,
like that. So
whatever
it's-
bid we choose, it starts at that, and then the next year it goes up by that index.
Correct.
Okay,
They're on the same playing field, basically.
And that was that was in the bid documents?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
all right.
And high voltage didn't have anything, didn't bid it.
When we went out to bid this time, we went through our new procurement person to make sure, because there were some questions, we've had questions in the past about some of our contracts, but we made sure it was all approved by them, and so it was a little different than we did in the past, and so these are the ones we got.
Oh, okay, I'm not questioning it.
Yeah.
I just knowing that they have done a lot of work for us.
They have, yes.
I
No,
think
that's
there was
fine.
another certification that was required because we're the contract amount.
Do you think that's why they didn't bid on
I'm not entirely sure why, but
Yeah.
that was really the big difference from the last bid in this
it?
one.
Right,
Is they needed to be DCAM certified
okay,
in order to perform work at certain thresholds.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, so you're recommending, yep. Okay, so, the motion is to award contract 2026-18 electrical maintenance to the lowest qualified bidder, Daigle Electrical of Wilmington, in the sum of an estimated annual amount of $100,413, based on the specifications and hourly rates in the contract documents, and authorize the chairman of the Board of Public Works or designee to execute the contract documents when they have been prepared. I have a second.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Very good.
Okay. And we're on to discussion of trash at the pier.
That's mine.
Okay.
So the trash at the pier, well, you guys, I think you know it, I'm down there with my wife. She likes to look at the boats and have coffee, and we're down there twice a day,
Mhm.
and sometimes three. And I've been noticing that trash at the pier is less and less, off-season. We still have 2 barrels at the, North Pier. We have 1 barrel at the South Pier. But the lobster, they're all taking their traps in, there's not much going on down there. And there's a dumpster down there that they can use, for their trash. So, I'm looking just to, this is seasonal, and someone left, a gallon of, oil right next to the barrel. You see the barrel, they just left the Valvoline gallon. That wasn't the first one. Somebody else threw some inside one of the barrels. And at times, those barrels, had, multiple household trash. So, maybe we should just leave 1 at the, South Pier and take the 2 other ones out. And, because, you know, household trash is going in them. That's my recommendations for being there and watching what happens. They just pull up in their cars and their trucks and they take a bag and they flip it in there. Because it's easy to drive up to them without getting out of your car. I watch them over and over. So I'd like to see 2 of them taken out down where that ice maker is. And we could leave 1 up near the Harbor Master building with a sign on it that this is monitored 24 hours. There's a sign there on the dumpster that it's monitored 24 hours with video camera. I think that would prevent some of the household trash or some of the junk that people are using those barrels for. You know, put a sign on, a bigger sign than, you know, household trash is in here. They don't, that means nothing to people. They just throw their trash in there. But if you put a sign that it has 24-hour video surveillance, which they do because Harbor Master has 35 cameras down there. He has one right on his building, right where that barrel is. I'd like to see us try it. You know, obviously, the staff, Kenny gets complaints. We can, you know, look at it and maybe go back to 2 barrels, but I can't see that. And also, on picking up the trash, how are we paying for that?
It is paid by the general fund.
So we have, how
Goes
many
to
employees?
highway.
By the general fund, that's good. How many employees during the week?
Picking up trash, I don't,
In that white truck?
yeah, picking up the trash.
1
I
or 2?
think there's 1 or 2 people. I can find out, I don't know
But
the,
on the weekend, it's 2.
yep, I have,
I noticed 1, but I don't think it's that way now, but I'm not sure. I did notice 1 during the summer, 1 during Monday through Friday, one person. But hit the weekend, there were 2.
In the same truck?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know why they
do
do.
they, what days do they go there? To pick it up at the pier?
I believe right now it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh,
I
3 days.
believe during the summertime, during the peak season,
Seven-
it's
seven
7
days.
days a week.
It's, yeah, because it would get full in the
Yes.
summer, for sure.
Yes.
And do you know, like, did they say anything about what they find there, like with the oil, or is it like,
I report,
I mean,
I report.
you did, yeah. But they're not reporting anything necessarily?
No.
Or do you,
I mean,
yeah,
they confirmed John's observation.
Oh, they
but
did.
John's,
okay. John's a better observer of that, because he's
I'm
there
right there.
every day,
He's there.
right,
I
yeah.
was, you know, I'm a 24/7 taking care of a handicapped person.
Mm.
I'm right there.
do you know
I
all
watch.
know all the seagulls by name?
Absolutely,
Don't feed them bread, it's not good for them.
And one Mildred,
yeah.
Mildred the single?
Remember Millie Bratt, God love her? You guys didn't know who Millie Bratt was, but she was on 13th Road. She was good. Anyhow, that's my suggestion is, the other question I have is, and I think Kenny was gonna look it up, probably haven't because he's been busy, is the white truck, that small white dump truck. The small, it looks like a Republic truck, but it's just miniature, been shrunk. Who paid for that?
We started to look into it.
Yeah.
We didn't get to the bottom of it.
Well, did you get the year of the truck?
Yes,
Then
it
you
was
can see.
2015, was it 15, I believe?
Yeah.
I think it was 2015. So we were gonna go back through the
Back
warrant and
into
figure
two
out.
warrants and see.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something we could recoup a little bit.
Well, we have
You
to,
know, if the rate payers,
Yep.
you know, what I'm
see
trying
what
to
the
say.
answer is, yes.
You know, I don't wanna go into too much detail, but
So we started to look into it, but we
You'll
have
look
not
into it.
finished,
Okay.
yes.
Okay,
that was to see.
yeah, no, I understand, yeah.
I'm all set on that, and you take it
Okay.
over, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Well, I definitely think the trash barrel at the Harbor Masters building needs to stay. The dumpster, though, what is that, who is that for, and that must be locked, right? I can't imagine they would have an open dumpster, because that would be full all the time, do you know?
I can answer.
Oh, you can answer, okay.
Yeah, that's locked, and the harbor master employees have a key to that. So when the lobster fishermen have something to dump, you know, they come out, they unlock it, and they go in and they throw their trash in there.
Okay,
I've watched them do that
Right,
many,
so-
many times.
yeah, so that's it's for the building use and the fishermen if they need to throw away
That's
something
correct.
that's not oil.
Yeah,
Yeah. I do use the trash barrel at the, pier when I walk my dog and have a poop bag, and I know that that's allowed. They definitely are allowed to go in there, it's not household
At least you
trash.
pick up the poop.
And I do.
And encouraged versus the
And
alternative.
if I didn't throw the bag away, everybody in town would know, because she thinks she's the only dog in town that has pink poop bags.
No, I don't think that's true.
Oh, I've never seen another one, but anyways.
So people watching at home, they see a pink.
Pink poop bags, never mind. Have occasionally dropped one by mistake, realized later. So I think, I don't want people putting household trash in them. I think it's a good idea to put the sign on that says it's being monitored. If that's something we can easily do, and maybe that would dissuade people from doing that. I don't know about removing both of the, maybe if we get rid of one trash barrel, I don't know, I mean, I trust that John says it's an issue, but I don't know if it's a good idea to take both out, because I don't wanna see people leaving poop bags on the ground or throwing them over onto the rocks, you know, at the edge of the water either. So, I don't know, do you have thoughts on that, Bob?
No.
No. Do you guys have thoughts on it?
Right.
But this time of year, I mean, there's less traffic down there.
Yeah.
If you want to reduce it, and you think it's, as long as it's spaced apart, you're not gonna have to have 2, 3, 4, I mean, does it really matter that much? I mean, there's a reduction in frequency and there's a reduction in the number of barrels. You don't get, as long as we don't get household trash out of it.
I think there's always gonna be people that put household trash in an open trash barrel, period. That's always gonna happen. So part of that is just an aggravation, but maybe we don't need 3 there. Maybe we could just do one at the harbor master and then one further down, like halfway between. Or up here where, I mean, so there's the ice machine one, and where's the other one?
It's right up by where that truck went over the, you know, right there, right at that opening that the lobster and fishermen use to
Yeah.
pick up their catch. It's right there in the
Mhm.
corner. That's the one that has the camera right on Mike's Maritime Center. The other two barrels, what they do is they drive up to it. See, they're easily to drive up to those two, especially the one nearest to the ice machine. I watch them, they just drive right up, open the door, and boom, out it comes.
That's the one I was.
I'll probably have to go down there,
It is.
I can get to clean out my truck that way.
She's on a little schedule. It was the one by the ice machine.
Okay.
Where's the other one though? Like the one
The
by
other-
the ice machine and then,
There's one up, you know where you walk onto the pier, up at the Mike's the Harbor Master?
yeah,
All right, right there.
yeah,
Right there, right in the corner.
right. And then the ice machine, and where's the third?
It's about 20 feet from the one, the ice machine.
Okay.
That's the ones they drive up to,
I mean, I feel like that one could go away.
those two.
Yeah.
But they drive up to it. That's the point. It's easy to get rid of. I watch them. I watch them.
No, it makes the most sense if there's one that's easily accessible
Yeah.
to cars, that should be the one.
And they
that
know
we get rid of.
That should go away
Yeah,
for now, yeah.
Well, the two of them at that area, both of them, they can drive right up to. One, they'll drive onto the pier, straight on, and then that barrel's to their right, and I watch them, they just throw it in there. The other one is right where the ice machine is, and they'll just pull up, and out it comes, bang, I see them do it all the time. It's all household trash. You know, you can see if it's someone walking that needs to use a barrel, but, you know, there's not a lot of people walk that in the wintertime. We were to an off-season. I know you do it, and,
Not that much,
yeah.
when it's not that cold.
My suggestion is to try one barrel. If we get complaints, people say, you know, I watch people, they might just throw it on the ground, you never know.
That's my concern.
Is there a sign
Well,
about the
I mean,
trash barrels down there?
They got,
There's a sign
They
that
got
says no
cameras
house,
down
I
there,
believe
you
it
know?
says no household trash on the barrels.
I mean, we can't, you know, if a slob wants to come down and throw it on the ground, I mean, Mike has cameras, let's find out who it is. You just can't go around throwing the trash on the ground because there's no barrel there.
You'll find $300.
That's right. You know,
Won't
Well-
do that again.
My thought is get rid of the furthest one, get rid of one of those two, like keep the one by the Harbor Master building that says there's a video monitoring on it, and then keep that one, get rid of one of the other ones, and then maybe add, that, I mean, how difficult it is to make a sign that says it's monitored, no household trash, you're being monitored?
Yeah.
You're on camera, or whatever it says.
We can make something up very quickly. It
Yeah.
Might not
Smart,
last,
you know,
might
can't-
not
can't-
last in the weather,
Yeah,
but
one
we
of
can
those-
order it more permanent.
Buy those
We can get
anyway.
something up quickly.
If you agreeable, you wanna keep one at the ice machine, is that what you wanna do, and one at Mike's, the Harbor Master?
Yeah, is there any way for the ice machine one to be moved so it's less, it's not as easy to drive right up to it?
Yeah, we could move it to the other side of the ice machine,
Could you? Yeah, I'm not familiar.
yeah. Yeah. You could tuck it, I'll move it, I'll move it so that,
Yeah, we'll get you on camera.
you know.
Yeah.
no, and-
You'll-
and
you'll
it's-
be-
Now then you'll be on camera and you'll get in trouble.
I give it enough, so, then put a sign on that one. Barrel is monitored 24-hour video. Same sign that's on the dumpster that Mike has. That one, I think it says he'll shoot you.
So we'll keep the one nearest the ice machine, but we'll see if we can't move it so that you can't drive right up to it. And what's the other one that we should keep?
Yeah, up by the, Mike's Harbor Master building.
Okay, at the
Right.
Harbor Master Building.
It's right there where the trucks pull into the lift on the south pier.
Okay,
Right there, it's just tucked away. Usually they don't pull up to that one that much.
okay.
That's right, right.
Although that, the ones down near the ice machine is the ones that they really drive up to.
Okay, we'll take care of that.
So, yeah, I think try that, see if it's better, and
Yep.
if it continues to be a problem, then just get rid of that
Yeah.
second one. But at least we'll try to
Yeah,
keep
Okay.
it available for people, just,
yeah, yeah.
and hope for the best.
Okay.
All right, okay, so, All set with that?
Yeah, thank
All
you.
right. Update on the forensic audit, which I think we're gonna change the name of to analysis. So it's less scary to people and they can actually apply for doing it.
I like it.
Can I give you
Yeah.
a copy?
Sure.
I think I put that on there. I sent to Ken an email with 3 forensic audit companies that perhaps we could call. Yeah, I sent. that.
Yes, no, I received those.
Okay, so there was 3
Yeah.
locals.
Thank
I
you.
think 2 in Boston, Weathersfield, whatever. We call them, see if they're CPAs, if they're interested, if they're not, maybe they know somebody that is.
So I've asked Sharon to help and make some phone calls and talk to some people, so she'll give you an update.
All right,
Yep, so I spoke with, so this was that list that you said, Ken, you had previously sent it to him, so I had already called those 3 numbers. It seemed like they were a call center, so they all went to the same, like when I called one, I would spoke to someone, when I called the second, I spoke to the same person. I spoke to the first time. What they told me is that they would not be able to give us references. And that was one of the things that we needed 3 references
Yeah, right.
because they had done NDAs with any clients, municipalities. So they wouldn't be able to give us references and that we would have to set up an appointment with them to discuss any pricing. But again, they had an NDA, so. Then you had also given another Mead and More. They were in Boston, I spoke with them. And what they told us was that the request to do an audit needs to come from the insurance company. So the town's insurance company, meaning that we have determined that something has gone wrong and we have spoke to our insurance company and they're trying to recoup the money. So they wouldn't be able to help us unless we went through our insurance company.
that's something I've never heard.
And then,
Yeah, it's something about the forensic audit,
Yeah.
they're determining that you're doing it because you're trying to recoup some wrongdoing.
yeah, that the forensic implies that there is a legal ramification, fraud, theft, embezzlement, things like that.
Mhm.
So that was what we were told from that company. I also went through the Division of Local Services, through the Department of Revenue. They have a whole section on financial audits. And one of their options was that we could reach out to them and they would give us a list of CPAs that were currently or had done municipality audits. So they did get me that list today, so I have that as well. It's pretty lengthy, so there's plenty of numbers there, or plenty of companies, CPAs that.
Well, that's fine, terrific, Sheriff. Did you talk to Martin Dimmock?
I'm sorry, say that
Did
again.
you talk to Martin at the DLS?
No, I went through originally Sean Cronin, he's the deputy commissioner, and he sent me, he forwarded my information to another person who got me the list. I don't have my email, actually I do, Zach Blake.
No, I know Martin Dimmock, he does the South Shore for the DLS for us. If you have a question, I got his number, you call Martin.
Okay. Good number to have.
Yeah, so we have
Well,
quite a
that's good,
list
Sheriff,
of
yes.
options.
Might find somebody in there that wanted to change it to analysis of.
Yeah, I'm wondering, so Ken and I talked today, and after hearing that we need to go through the insurance company comment, I was like, why don't we change the name of this to analysis and see if that helps at all? Because having not gotten any responses, to the RFP, maybe that was part of the problem.
That's what I'm concerned with, yes.
Yeah, so, so we're changing it to analysis, you guys good with that?
All we're
it
looking
is.
for is an audit.
Yeah,
Right, we don't wanna say there was any wrongdoing or anything, we just want an audit.
yeah,
Right.
so if we use the word analysis, maybe it doesn't, give them that red flag feeling, and we still hopefully get what we're looking
Well,
for
it seems like-
eventually.
This list that they provided me today, probably gets us closer to the people that actually can do this for us.
Okay.
Yeah, it says that, they're currently or have, recently conducted municipal audits in Massachusetts.
Okay. All right, good.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you. Good luck with the phone calls. We'll keep our fingers crossed. All right, and then sewer expansion.
So there's a meeting on Thursday to talk about sewer expansion. As we discussed previously, when we're looking at the sewer across the town, where we think the most important parts are the ones that are potentially affecting our drinking water wells. And from previous studies, we identified the Black Mountain area would be that first one that could have an impact. So in our recent capital request that we made, we put in money to go ahead and do, to take the the conceptual design that we have and move it into a preliminary design for that Black Mountain area. So we'll see if that gets approved through the town. Anything else, Diane?
So so we're gonna have this meeting, so we had a meeting with the, Matt talked to us last time about the pipe scribing. That was our last meeting, right, our last board meeting. So then, we had a presentation, and I attended it for, with, the, company that does the pipe scribing, which was fascinating. I feel like such a nerd because I'm like so excited by it. And then a consultant who they were very, very good. So they're gonna be, or at least the consultant, whose name is Bob, is gonna be at our meeting on Thursday, I think it is. And we're gonna just talk about the whole picture of everything and get some more clarity on it. But then, going forward, we'll have them come in and do the same presentation for us at a board meeting so that we can have that recorded also and for the public. You guys will love it. It'll be great.
Nice.
So then we'll have, I guess, updates on the 15th from this meeting this week. So, any questions about that?
No, it'd be good to see the presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be, like in the new year sometime, but obviously, we're getting close to the end of the year. All right, so capital project requests.
No, you didn't ask me if I had a question.
Oh, I did, sorry,
I have a lot of questions about
Okay.
sewer.
all right, questions.
The first question is, do we have a master plan of our sewer system? And including expansion, capability of what the current capability is, what are the deficiencies of the existing system? What needs to be done to tighten up the existing system as far as I&I, inflow, and then, that type of thing? What are we doing with that, about that? Does that gain us any capacity, for the treatment plant? What are the other areas in town that we need to expand the sewer to? What would be the purpose of that? Like protecting the South River, or protecting our Ferry Street wells, or protecting our Webster Street wells? Basically have a master plan developed in writing. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, with funding to that. So we can go to the financial people of this town and say, we need to protect our water supply. So we develop this master plan with the different phases in order to do this for the express purpose of making sure that the groundwater that we have is not coming from someone's septic system, but it's coming because there's no septic system in there. And that you, as a financial people, need to, and you're not in the sewer district, need to contribute to protect our water supply. Would be the goal would be to protect why we have a sewer system is to protect our water supply. Not because it makes it more convenient to get rid of your wastewater, but the express goal would be protecting the town's water supply. Because we don't have the ability, not as any other town has said, to expand over to MWRA and get quality water. So if we don't protect it and do good planning, we're gonna be out of luck. Or we're gonna be like Duxbury and put an $18 million treatment plant in, plus, for PFAS and other chemicals, because we didn't have the planning ability to do it before, in a planned programmed activity versus a crisis planning activity. And that's what my concern is. So I agree that we need to move forward with Blackmount. But I want to know what the next steps are, so that we have a package that we can go and say to town, this is our master plan for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and we need the commitment from the town fathers for those people who are not on the sewer to contribute to make sure that their drinking water is protected, because we're picking up the wastewater that's around these wells so that we all can share in healthy water in the future.
That's good.
So that's exactly what we're doing. So
Well, I didn't hear that, so that's what I'm trying to say.
yeah, so we talked about that last meeting somewhat, and Matt gave us went through the information that they have so far, which was prioritizing Black Mountain, Kemp Park, and then the river, South River, and then Humrock area in that order. So the first priority being Black Mountain will be the first study done, I guess. Is that what?
Black Mountain would be designed.
Yeah, design. So,
Right.
so the first phase is designed for Black Mount, and then, but the whole plan is going to be a comprehensive plan for the whole. So a master plan.
So I want.
So a sewer expansion, a sewer master plan is what we're doing.
So what,
Yes.
what I want to have is a documentation that we can go to town meeting and get a one-time commitment for the funding for a shared responsibility for water and sewer for those people, for the whole town. Because 10,000 people, 10,000 households are on trash. 10,000 households are on water. John, how many people are on sewer?
4,200.
4,200. So, but 6,000 are not on sewer, but they're going to get benefit of drinking water if we protect those wells. So there should be a shared responsibility and a financial responsibility somehow out of the general fund coming out of tax base to protect our water supply.
Well,
That
I
would be
think
the
that,
focus.
yeah, I mean, that conversation is definitely gonna come in at some point, but for sure, that conversation is gonna come in. Because we're gonna need the whole town to kind of chip in with this, but we're not at that point yet, because we haven't even completed, a plan. Go ahead.
So we have an older comprehensive plan. And I've asked Apex, who prepared that previously, to get me some kind of a proposal on how we update that. To your point, we have a lot of other studies and plans that we've taken that old plan and we've moved forward, but it's time to reset the bar and move that back up. So my proposal would be that we use some of the money that we have in this first design for Black Mountain, and we use some of that money to do this upgrade. So I've asked for a proposal for now, we'll roll that into the money that we get moving forward.
And then we go to town meeting, and what John's been pushing for years, is get a commitment, a long-term commitment, based on that plan, for a shared responsibility for the whole town.
Right.
And not just the sewer district.
Well, and it still has to be done in phases. I mean, we can't, there's no way we're gonna know what it's gonna cost us to do Kent Park, which is gonna be years in the future after so we have to do it in phases, but like in terms of doing the actual,
Yes,
Expansion
but
is
I
gonna be
agree
in
with Bob.
phases.
It's-
Yeah.
We want to have one document that is kind of directing us.
yeah, that's what
So
we're
we need to
working on
pull
now.
all that together, yes.
Right,
And then we go to town, and then we get a commitment up front at town meeting, after a good solid presentation, saying that we're doing this master plan, and we're looking for financial commitment, moving forward on all projects that relate to the sewer, for the whole town.
Mm.
Based on protecting our waters. And I'm not on the sewer district,
we
But I
all
do drink
agree,
the
I
water.
think,
and
definitely.
that's my focus, it's like, it should be on for the whole town.
Mhm,
It would almost have to,
yeah, I
because
think
you
we're
can
all in
bankrupt
agreement,
this 4,200
right.
residents. If it's bankrupt, then the town has to chip in anyhow, that's how it works.
But I'm happy that we're moving forward and we're looking at the capacity and what needs to be done at the plant and, the pipes that need to be fixed and the whole thing. And then the expansion, all of it. So it's all being looked at and planned.
That's what Kenny's doing,
Yep.
okay?
And I agree. I think we all agree with
Yeah,
that,
we do.
with what you're saying, Bob. So,
Because, well, this is an afterthought, because if we don't get a commitment up front, every time we go to town meeting with sewer project, won't be a financial commitment, it'll be strictly on the ratepayers.
mm,
And then, but the thing is, the focus is protecting the waters,
mhm.
not making it convenient to get someone get rid of the wastewater.
Let's get moving.
Okay, so the capital project requests,
So
it
we
was a long
were,
conversation that we had today, so.
we're required by our charter. There's actually dates in it that say when you have to have your capital requests in preparation for your town meeting. So that was due last Friday. Was it last Friday? No, 2 Fridays ago. So, thanks to Sharon for all of her support in putting it all together. What we did was we developed a 5-year kind of replacement plan for all of our equipment and vehicles so that we could look, because they want a 5-year capital plan. And we just wanted to see where we are, like not just next year, but where we are in all the subsequent years. So we developed this vehicle replacement, equipment replacement plan. We rolled that all into the capital request. We made a capital request. I have a summary table. You need to look at it to digest it. So I will send everybody a copy of that, and then we can bring it up at the next meeting if you have specific questions about specific line items of what we're requesting.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
So we'll have that on the agenda at the next meeting, to go over whatever needs to be explained on that.
Yes.
Okay. So, any questions about that, John, Bob?
Nope.
Okay,
No, I'm fine with it.
great. So traffic lights at School and Plain Street, again.
I put that on, but I think Kenny's
Mm.
got the information. There is a meeting coming up.
There is a meeting coming up. The preliminary information I've been given is that it sounds like they're going to be requesting money from the town in order to do that.
The Buds guy,
Yes.
just him? Who's in the back there for the development?
I don't, it's him that we're talking to. I don't know.
Okay,
He's saying that with the people he's pulled together, he still needs a bunch of money based upon the updated cost estimates they've given. So we need to just have a meeting to hear him out, figure out where he is, and then the town needs to step back and figure out what's the town gonna do with that information.
Who's gonna be at that meet, is Bob Galvin's gonna be at that meeting, right? Or,
I
To
know that
Greg
it's
or-
supposed to be Charlie so Charlie's our interim town administrator, it's supposed to be the planner, it's supposed to be me from DPW.
okay,
So we're just gonna listen to what they say and I'll let you know.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
I was gonna go.
Uh,
I was gonna go.
I don't know at this point in time if there's gonna be enough details for you to spend your time.
Depends. I mean, I've been asking for this for months, so I just wanna see what's going on.
Yeah,
I'll let you know what's going on, but it's up to you, if you'd like to.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, I'll go to the meeting,
Okay,
you know.
I'll let you know when it
I'm
is.
not gonna offer anything other than the fact that it needs to be done. Let's see what he has to say.
I'll let you know when the meeting is.
You know, you run it, I'm not gonna make comments that will have them put, you know, corn stalks with fire over them. How about Quirk? He's gonna benefit from it too. Is he coming?
I don't know. I don't know who they're bringing on their side.
And who's this guy in the back?
Is it Martin?
Matt, he's gonna get a development out of this.
Not if there's not a light.
That's correct, so he, if he gets a light, he gets a development.
So we have to hear what they say. I don't have
Work is gonna
information
get
yet.
a new entrance over here, or
Yes.
an exit onto, it's all gonna be redone.
if,
If it moves forward.
if, yeah,
Well, the Buds guy had an agreement,
For
which
certain.
I won't bring it up, but he had an agreement to open his shop, that he would compensate the monies for the light.
Was there, I don't know what that agreement was. Was there a limit on that agreement?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The last
It's
email
worth
I,
asking
the last
Attorney
email I
Alvin, yeah.
saw, the last one I saw is, they put out the bid, they got high bids. They didn't care for that, they put it out the bids and they got lower bids, and they were gonna go with that.
Now they're still saying it's too much. But again, I haven't, this is
That's okay.
third-hand information.
All right.
So
We'll
have to go to
just
the
go
meeting to attend.
Just, is that all right, can I go?
Yeah.
So John, I have a
don't
question
think-
for you,
I don't think I'm in
John.
charge of that, so yeah, do
Well,
I?
you're the chairperson, I mean, you gotta, you can
Yeah.
go, and I would like to go, both of us can't go, if you wanna go, you go.
No, I wouldn't be going, but, I mean, you wanna go as an observer, though.
That's all, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna observe, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, I have no plans to be at that meeting, I definitely want an update about it. Yes, sir.
John, do you know if Quirk ever responded to the letter we sent them years ago?
No, I
What
don't.
was the letter?
Asked them for a contribution
For the light?
for utilizing our driveway.
Yes, you're right, Bobby, you're right, because he's gonna get a good, instead of the entrance car on 139,
We asked for contribution.
he's gonna come through, halfway out of the
Do
place.
you wanna know what the date was?
This is after the light.
Read my
This is as
mind.
part of that same
It was,
project.
Yeah.
we're
Tommy
talking.
Reynolds was
Okay.
here.
Okay.
It's Probably August of a couple years ago.
Yeah,
So this is part of that whole project that hasn't happened
Yeah.
with the, okay,
How's
that
that?
was part of it.
I remember everything.
Huh.
yeah, Carrie remembers it.
Carrier pushed it.
Carrie
The
pushed.
contribution?
Yeah, we were pushing it, yeah.
Was there a percentage or a number that you recall on that?
I don't know what the letter said, I just remember we did one.
Yeah, okay. I never heard that part of this
You weren't on the
story.
board, it was Carrier.
No, like I haven't heard it in any of the conversations about this prior to, but that's
Yeah.
interesting.
No, he's part of it, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we'll look that up. I'll make sure that that's part of the meeting.
Yeah, that's important information, I think, probably.
It's good to have continue with memory on these things.
Uh-huh.
I don't write anything down.
All right, so, anyways, that's gonna happen before our next meeting, so we'll find out what was decided, well, nothing's probably gonna be decided, but what was reported at that meeting, right?
I believe that next meeting is that meeting is after our next.
Oh, it's after our
So,
next
yes.
meeting? Okay, all right, so we won't know.
But I'll let you know when that is, John.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll set with that,
Yeah.
guys. Okay, so we're on to enterprise fund update
It's an
on the,
it's an ongoing problem.
okay, so you had a meeting
Yeah,
about
that's
this.
a problem.
Problem.
It's an
Well,
on-
it's,
a-
that's a
it's
good
an
word
on-
to use.
No, it's an ongoing project, it's not a problem.
Project problem,
Yeah.
project problem.
And that wasn't in my head as a problem, it's just, But it's an ongoing project, we're working on it, Sharon's working on it, Kenny's working on it, but Sharon's doing the major work. And we're gonna come up with something that's agreeable to everybody, so, I mean, it's, you know, just flowing together, so.
Mhm. Right. Okay, so, right, so we had voted you as the person for this, so I appreciate that you're
We're still working,
pursuing it.
still working on it. What happened was, just briefly, is that we had a town administrator, Mr. Moran, he agreed to certain things, but he's gone now. So now we got Charlie Sumner, he's not up to speed on it, so he's got a different idea. So we gotta get that meld together and figure out what we're gonna do, what we're gonna use, so. Sharon's working
And then we'll have a new town administrator if they hire one
on it.
in January, so it would be good if there was a consensus on this before that time, but we just hope for the best.
Thought we
Isn't
had
that?
it with Moran, but
You thought,
he's
right.
gone.
Yeah,
He's gone. Okay, so,
all right, well, we'll look for more information on that later. Bob, do you have any questions on that?
No,
Okay.
something, water protection.
All right, water protection opportunities in other community,
with
with
other
other
committees.
committees, with
Right.
other committees, right, okay.
I put this on the agenda.
Yeah, so what's this
So-
about?
Well, there have been some discussions, and Ken, you've been approached also, and I wanted to bring the board, that Open Space Committee and others have been asking for us to partner with them to buy some land, which we can't discuss in open session, but we can talk about in the future. That we've done this in the past, and it would be for a Springtown meeting. And I wanted to bring the board update that there are 3, 4, 5 acres and a couple parcels that Open Space has approached us. We probably gonna have a discussion in the future about using CPC and water supply money for those parcels where it directly affects our lives. So this is an FYI.
Okay. So you're, talking with them?
Talking with Ken and me and Open Space.
Okay. All right, but we can't get information specific on that, but we will be getting something.
No, we will, if we do,
No,
we
yeah,
go in
that's-
executive session because
Okay,
it would be
okay.
detrimental to the issue if we discuss in public session.
Right,
I'm just giving you an FYI.
thank you. Okay,
That we've been continuing to look for opportunities on a number of different fronts to protect our water supply.
I love that. I like that, approach definitely. Okay. All right, so that's that. Now we have the superintendent's report.
Yes, so tomorrow, I have a meeting to meet the 2 candidates who we have for town administrator. So there's a Carl Gepkin and a Lalani Dole, or Dope.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, haven't heard their names yet, so
Is
I'm
this
just
the
meeting.
coffee hour or something? How did they decide to
So
structure
they
this
asked
thing?
department heads
Yeah.
and union presidents to come in and basically have an opportunity to listen to that person, give an update on who they are, what they are, and then to ask questions to those candidates. And then they're asking for feedback after the meeting to say what you basically think of those 2 candidates. So I'll be attending.
So is this an
Great.
interview that they're gonna select from, or is it just?
I think it's part of the interview process. I think they want to hear from town employees and see what they think.
I Google both of them.
So,
You can Google both of them.
yeah.
Yes, you can.
You can Google anything. Yeah, no, the select board had talked about how they were gonna do like, they had different ideas, like a coffee hour, blah, 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 but they wanted,
I didn't see any coffee on this, so.
yeah, oh, damn.
Could be a coffee roll.
They were talking about coffee, sorry, but
Nobody
this is
say anything
what-
about coffee.
But anyways, they were saying that they would, I think what they landed on was they would give each candidate a few minutes to talk about themselves, and
Yes.
then the town employees, department heads, or whoever's gonna be there, would like have a form or something to fill out
Yes.
afterwards? Is that what
Yes.
they're gonna do?
Yes.
Okay, good.
But also given an opportunity if you wanted to ask a question.
You could ask follow-up questions to whatever
Yes.
they're,
So are there any specific
Thing
questions
is-
that the board would like of these candidates?
oh,
Yes.
boy, we could
I'll give you
say
one.
so many.
Go on.
I will give us information relating to enterprise funds,
You read my mind.
right?
And mine.
What experience have you dealing with enterprise funds and a separate Board of Public Works that is focused in on protecting our infrastructure where you don't have direct control over?
The three of us are sharing a mind right now.
I'm with you already. My question was also going to be in regards to
Sure.
that.
The second question I had is,
I don't know how many questions I get to ask.
okay, second question is,
And if
What-
you tell
what-
these to the public, they have enough.
what is your
Watch this and
what is your
know it's
experience?
I was gonna tell you after.
What is your experience on dealing with engineering master plans for infrastructures?
Oh, that's a really good question. Like, there's no way to prepare for that other than
Mhm.
if they've had the experience or they don't have the experience. They can't fake it.
Yep.
Not that they would fake it. I don't wanna make assumptions like that, but it's not possible to.
It's an open-ended question, but the
Yeah.
thing is, you get is, have you worked with, have you established master plans for not a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan, 15, it's long-term, it's a 20-year plan. Master plans are always more than 10 years, less than 30.
Yeah.
And basically, that way you get to know, are they just a,
Must think we're 20 years old.
huh?
So,
But these-
I appreciate those little tidbits of information, like, I didn't know that it was technically more than 10 to 20 years. Like, I knew it was a long-term plan, but,
Yes, 20 years old.
yeah, so
Because your
that's
funding is-
interesting to
Your
know.
your funding
Or the
sources,
washing machine.
the domino
Guys,
effect
you want a lifetime
is out for
warranty?
20 years.
Yeah.
Well, let me put it this way,
Mhm.
when they did 128, 495,
Mm.
they established those highways back in the 30s, but they didn't implement them until the 50s and 60s. That's a master plan. When they did the
Hopefully
train
it's not
network,
that long for us.
they did it for 30 to 50 years.
Yeah, I would want to know what their experience is, if they have experience in a municipality that has a separate DPW and how they navigated that.
Mhm.
Like how they see the relationship working between this kind of separate but the same, this separate entity that's also the town.
Is he gonna Zoom it, that gentleman, or is he gonna be here?
Uh,
He doesn't, he doesn't,
He's gonna
Yeah,
zoom
he's
the
gonna
one
zoom
from
in.
Arkansas.
yes, he's going to zoom in,
he's gonna Zoom
yes.
it.
Wow.
Other than that, I think I've given you the rest of my updates and the discussion items we've had, other than I'm on vacation from Wednesday until the 15th.
Well, good timing, because that just kind of fell into place that this meeting is tomorrow.
Yes,
Like, since your vacation was planned a long time ago.
yes,
So that worked out well.
yes it did.
Yeah, good.
Who's in charge?
Sean's supposed to be back.
So Sean's gonna be here full time when you're gone? He's already put down a number of days he's not gonna be here.
Right.
He's gonna be here while,
Well,
Yeah.
this series.
I think, no, he's gonna be here, right? Sean's gonna be here, I think, yeah.
Sean
It's gonna
listed
be,
a lot of days in December. He was-
Oh, he did.
it's all the November days. I think my mind was on vacation, I didn't look at the December days as much.
Is that it?
You wanna be in charge?
Sure.
Who's in charge? Well, if Sean's not here, someone has to be in charge.
Jimmy Kent's here.
I'll find out. we've got several people who could, we've got the assistant superintendent sitting here.
You know, we
It'll
made
be,
Sarah Sullivan. Remember that, Bobby? Sarah Sullivan was the,
Selling land,
she was the superintendent at one time.
yeah, selling land,
No, she wasn't the superintendent.
just giving it away.
No, she was the
The
secretary.
superintendent.
giving
Acting
away.
super- yeah.
No, we ran out of superintendent. We made her the superintendent temporarily.
Oh my God,
Sarah Sullivan.
she's a nice person.
What was her
She's
job
very
before
nice.
that?
She was secretary.
Too nice.
Just like Amy. That's
I
true. I'm serious.
Amy's like, oh, there's my future.
don't want to throw anybody under the bus.
She's like, no, thank you.
We need,
All right, we
There I
done?
am.
we need somebody in charge.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Second.
Okay, all
All
in
right, we're
favor?
done.
Aye.
Aye,
All right,
thank you,
we're done.
thank you.